today. I see we got 2 in the chat. Okay. You should see Dixie coming in and out of the view of the screen. I'm working on, I can't get it in. There we go. There's the tallness. There we go. I'm still learning. Oh, she's going to use the bathroom. That's her hello to everybody. So I wanted to talk some about Summer's case today. I tried to do a live earlier. The car got too hot. Black car, black interior. And the phone was overheating. This is actually, hey, Miss Rhonda. This is actually my old phone that I'm using right now. Because my phone's charging. As soon as it gets charged up, I'm back on the road doing DoorDash. Literally, the phone died. The car charger and the little charging box wasn't enough. Hey, Be a Light. I also want to say, hey, Antique Little Girl, you were blocked, by the way. Be a Light was blocked. Rhonda Moon was blocked. There's so many people. I have now unblocked over 1,100 persons. Hey, Miss Carrie, you got blocked, Carrie. RJ was already blocked. You guys, it was ridiculous. If anybody is missing a wrench, just please let me know. I tried from memory to pass the wrenches back out. I unwrenched everyone. And I've unblocked 1,173 people. I understand, Rhonda. You're welcome, Be a Light. I do apologize. It wasn't intentional. Some of them may have been on accident when you go to touch the names. I know it's really easy to touch above and below. But I feel with the sheer amount of people that had been blocked, that it was on purpose. Somebody just, that maybe needs to graduate from high school. The only reason I'm even bringing it up is if anybody else is still blocked, please email me. Please reach out. Maybe you changed your chat name and I don't recognize it. Listen, y'all, I'm an old lady. And it's hard for, I've said this before, and it's the honest to goodness truth. We've got YouTube names, Facebook names, Instagram names, Twitter names, email names, and then a name that people text me from too. So bear with me. Is everybody able to hear me? Make sure the sound is all the way up. Oh Lord, what did I do? Sorry, you guys. Hey, pie in the sky. I just saw yes and yups. Okay. Rhonda, that message has been deleted. I saw that. We all grown folks. I'm not participating in that. I don't think it's productive. And right now, I see Little Man and his mama rolling up. Right now, I think we should be more proactive and productive and positive. So, negativity to the side. So I was rewatching something that really was of interest to me about Summer's case, you guys. I didn't see it before. Thank you, Antique Little Girl. Y'all probably see why we are so keen on being able to keep it. It's a subdivision. I knew about it. I'm the person that deleted what was there. Anyway, I need to go ahead and talk about this because I am going to have to get on the road to DoorDash as soon now that the sun's gone down. It just got so hot, I almost passed out. And had to take time off, even though it was a loss of money. Still walking men over, y'all. And anybody that has any, listen, I am asking this. Anybody that has any advice, I'm guessing it's from sitting in the car so many hours where I'm not used to it. When y'all get ready to walk up, I'll move the camera so you don't go past it. Um, I just was taping her. I think Dixie looks so cute just running back and forth across the camera. Okay, her and the neighbor's dog are after the same squirrel, y'all. Squirrel for real. Oh, Great Smoky Mountains. Me too, me too. Okay. I'm gonna pull the camera forward for a minute, you guys. I apologize. Hopefully, hopefully it won't fall over, but if it does, it'll give some more content for Dazed and Confused. Or Blaze, or whatever their name is. Y'all gotta come back from where you get. Okay. Lord, I didn't want to sit it this close because when she comes up on the porch, she can wrap around it. That and it tends to fall over if I'm not holding on to it. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I wasn't picking up Little Man and Lacey unless they wanted to be on. So let me sit back up. Because goodness knows, if my camera falls over, it's a whole vibe for somebody, apparently. I thought it was funny, though. I liked it. I know they were trying to make fun of me, but I thought it was hilarious. I laughed. I watched it 3 times. Moist heat, tiger balm, and a leaf. Got you. I will try that. I have the tiger balm. I have a heating pad, and I've got one of the little spongy things you can wet that goes in it. So hopefully that'll work. Mean Gene, we live in the country. The noise ordinance doesn't kick in until 10 p.m. And considering that our neighbor across the street likes to give us concerts from 12:30 to 3 o'clock in the morning, Foreigner, yeah, Foreigner, and Greatest American Heroes and such, and the neighbor there across next to him and below are at work until around 11 or midnight, and the ones on either side of me, one is at work until 11:30 to midnight, and the one down here to our right, their chickens and dogs are already barking. So, it's a family affair, I reckon, you know what I'm saying? But she, as you can tell, she's sitting down quiet now because she can't see the squirrel. Now, if a rabbit or a squirrel goes by, y'all, that's another reason. Once again, you guys are about to see Dixie across the screen. Y'all can tell she's a hunting dog. And we can't give her that environment here, even though she kind of was abandoned. You know, she's already sad and missing her family that abandoned her. I don't want to do more. I would love to find somewhere where there's a large, you know, area for her to run and work because she's a working dog, you know. Hey, Amy, you were blocked as well. I unblocked you also. I do apologize for all of those meme. I unblocked you as well. Yeah, we were told she's blue something, but to me she looks black and tan. I don't really see the blue coloring in her as much as I see the black and tan. I wanted to talk about something, and I'm glad Carrie's in here. Um, Carrie, I was rewatching a live stream that RJ did, and kudos to RJ. Um, I did not realize how much he and I were on the same page with our research and hypotheses in Summer's case. It was about a month ago, and people may say I'm rehashing old stuff, but he was talking about a comment that Mary made on the lab, and then going back to maps and research. And yeah, Blue Healer, thank you, thank you. Oh, got you. See me, man? You teaching me things. Y'all helping me learn tonight. Let's get it. Um, But Miss Carrie, if you're in here, and I wish RJ was here, and I wish I had a way to drop a link and pull him up right now. But long story short, he was talking about the bus route and how that bus that rolls through Newport at that gas station has been that 5:30 time frame for the longest. Two things I want to say. No, Sky. We have food and treats and a new collar and her runner and chain and home and everything that we're giving with her. Okay, good, Carrie. Um, I just want her to have the ability to do what she wants to do and be happy. She can't run. We're too close to suburbia and the city limits for her to be able to run free. She needs a large piece of land. She needs somebody that goes hunting. You know? Thank you, meme. She needs someone who can take her squirrel hunting and coon hunting and rabbit hunting. Because let me tell y'all, as soon as one goes that night, she loves nothing more to get something up a tree. I'm trying to tell you. And a rabbit, a squirrel, or a raccoon, and she's on it. Listen, a squirrel just went across that. Oh, Lord, she about to have something treed over here. If she does, I'll let y'all see how she gets at the bottom of the tree and scratches and howls. It's cute. It can be driving you crazy, too, sometimes, y'all, but it's cute. Okay, she's trying to catch a fly with her mouth. Let me see if I can get her on the screen. Let y'all see. She's trying to jump and catch the flies. It's over there. That's what. Look at her. She got it treed already. She watching. She is ready. Look at that tail. Y'all see that tail? Oh, she's a squirrel. Something else happened, and she walked off. I just think I love to sit out here and watch her have fun, um, and be a dog. I'm wasting a little time to. She is. Thank you, Carrie. She's very healthy. Her coat's very shiny. We don't feed her the junk, you know. And I have been making the rice. Nope, crafting with Amy, you are not blocked. I can see your comments now. You were blocked. Um, the grease and the gravy, um, that and the rice, and cooked or raw carrots, have all been what the vet says helpful. Look, oh, y'all missed it. Dadgummit, I want to catch her jumping because she jumps high. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying. You're welcome. Watch, every time I turn the camera away, she jumps up. I want y'all to see her jump. Anyways, what I was talking about Summer's case that RJ had brought up, and y'all, I have long believed the city. I'm just gonna put it out. Oh, dadgummit. Dixie, jump again. I want them to see you jump, baby. Hey, Miss Janice. I have long felt we've heard about Knoxville, we've heard about Nashville, we even heard about other cities. I have long felt Newport was very important to Summer's case. And no, it's not a frozen screen. The dog has frozen like that watching the moped come up the street. Lord help him. Uh-oh, she's on them. Look, she is on them, y'all. Moving around those bases. Anyway, I have long felt that Newport played a part. And I was watching RJ's, and it tied some things in together with what he was talking about the Greyhound bus route. Now I know I rode Greyhound. I've taken it from up here in the mountains from Asheville all the way, and I'm pointing, and y'all can't even see me. It's crazy right now. All the way to Fayetteville or Vietnam, as we like to call it, in Spring Lake area, and back. Um, Took Greyhound and had to switch over. I love that meme, Gene. Um, all the way up to New York, where I had to switch over, and it was like Sun something tours that we had to switch on to. Let me say thank you, Miss Justice. All content is for entertainment purposes only, not necessarily fact, alleged, and in my opinion. And now we're gonna get into my opinion. I did not realize that RJ was thinking along the same lines as me and as Mary. This is not the first time that Don and him, well, Don or Donnie, has been accused of nefarious intent where children of his were concerned. Allegedly, according to Mary, there's the oldest son that's the RSO, that is the junior, as I understand it, um, that allegedly Don was caught trying to uh, sell time. Allegedly, I'm trying to think how to say it. All I can say is please put trigger warning in the chat periodically if y'all can. I can't put a banner up right now. I don't have a way. But this conversation might be triggering for some. But I feel that it's important enough to have. There's two separate occasions I've seen interviews with Mary, the stepsister. One occasion was when she said Don's daughter that now lives in Arkansas was offered to her and her husband for $10,000. Now Pam, the mother, when she got the full gist of what was going on, she was like, "Oh hell no, I'm out of here. This ain't happening." And her and Don got into it, and it was around that time allegedly that he was caught allegedly using IV substances in their restroom. Now that was the interview that she did. I believe that was the first time that she spoke about it was with Chris McDonough. The first time she said that she thought that building at the bottom had been long used to leave persons and substances for pickup and swap out type thing. I think Don's cartel comments have led me to believe for a long time that he wanted to be a big dog in the game. But the fact that he's allegedly a user of substances and likes to shoot his mouth off kind of makes him not the person they want. They're just going to dole him out enough to keep him on a chain to keep coming back again and again. Not enough to come up, but enough to stay on that same level, in my opinion. And my thing is, even the trip to Gatlinburg, looking at maps, could that trip not have went through Newport? I have long held the belief that Summer possibly did not go missing on the day she was reported. That maybe the day before, 2 days before, there was a meetup and a trade-off, even a week before. And there was supposed to be a meetup and a trade back. And that person was a no-show. And that's why the frantic call to Dawn and the discussion and what do we do and why Dawn is the one that called. Yeah, right on, Carrie. I agree 1,000,000%. Then also, the gas station. Now, I'm not sure. This is why I was hoping RJ would be here, but Miss Carrie, you might can answer this as well. The gas station that RJ was talking about, where the Greyhound runs at 5:30 for years, that 5:30 time. Now, I know dealing with Greyhound, it can vary greatly, but generally, if it's a bus that's locked in, it's usually within 30 minutes of the time it's expected. Is that the same gas station that they had to quote unquote allegedly stop at? And Candace was in the bathroom for quite a period of time. And on the way back, there was a stop at the same gas station. Patty Ponytail, it's it's conversations with RJ. He is a, I was going to say Tennessee native, but he is not a native. He's a Tennessee transplant. That's a good way to put it. And another YouTuber. And he's very good at his research. He does not like to shoot off willy nilly. Um, he has facts to back up statements that he makes. Um, and he conducts himself with a lot of class and respectability. And honestly, for in my opinion, towards me and everything I've seen, he's always been a very good person. Got you. I wondered if that was the same one. You're welcome, Patty Ponytail, as always, honey. Um, I just I haven't been able to shake, and I want you guys' thoughts and opinions as well. In my personal opinion, I have not been able to shake, as I have said repeatedly, the fact that Summer getting gone, as it was stated, all comes back to drugs, power, and money, in my opinion. And there's several things. The reason I say that, first of all, okay, we've seen the windsuit that Summer supposedly changed out of. She had, okay, let me rewind. When that day on the 15th, the story we've been told is they drop grandma off the hospital, then they go pick up H, then that grandma's ready, so they go back to get her. They go to the hippie house and catch 22. A lot of people are missing that. They went to catch 22, which is a place similar to hippie house. It is not, doesn't have the signs out front saying it's an official dispensary. That's the only difference that I've seen, and I've been inside of both. They're both on the same highway. One's on one side, one's on the other. There's also the cinder block gas station that's orange, kind of sitting sideways on that same highway next to the Avon house with the little trail going up to the mobile home park that I was told is not a very good area unless you're looking to score some things that are illegal and illicit substances, allegedly. Um, and then we got the Sonic, the grocery store, and the horse pond or the park. A lot of people get offended at being called the horse pond. Dixie came to visit us close up. Hey Dixie. Hey mommy. How you doing? You want to say hey to everybody? Nope, she's about to run off again. Uh, anyway, before it gets too dark to even see anything, um, the reason I bring this up, that orange cinder block store, there's video and picture footage, allegedly, but I've seen it, and I think a lot of you guys have, of Candace coming out of that store carrying something that looks like a glass bowl bubble thing with a rose in it. I recognized it from the country store up here where I used to work. They sell that one in a thing they call a straw. And my ignorant self, my boss was there and somebody asked for a bowl, a bubble, or whatever they called it. And I said, well, do you want the straight one or do you want the one with. She said, Nita, the other one is just a straight glass piece with the open end and bottom. There's only one that has a bubble or a bowl on it. And I'm like, well, shit, I don't know. I don't do that mess. You have seen the TikTok video. Um, okay, sorry. What Ellie said, there is video evidence. Okay, So, as I understand, the video evidence is from the Walgreens and the Sonic, the hospital, and the grocery store. So, they cannot give you a definitive video evidence. Those aren't people that saw Summer every day. They didn't necessarily talk to her. The car hop at Sonic that I spoke to when I went there told me, yes, there was a little girl, you know. It may be, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. What I do know is what I was told by the car hop at Sonic. Hey, Miss Lisa. On Triggered, what I do know is what I was told by the girl inside a hippie house. And I never heard Ellie state that either, Carrie. The girl inside a hippie house, the car hop I spoke to at Sonic, and the person that I spoke to as well at Catch 22. Then I spoke to another individual that was a bag boy that asked to not be identified that was working at the grocery store. And everybody pretty much told me the same thing. Yeah, they saw someone that looked her age in the back seat of the car on that day that looked like a female around 5 years old. The car hop at Sonic confirmed to me the drinks were bought but no food. Also, that there were 2 adult females and 2 minors. And that she really couldn't say a lot more. Pretty much the same thing at Hippie House. The only person that came in was the mother. I was showed what was purchased, and it was there were 2 cigarette vapes purchased, I was told, as well as one that was allegedly a combination of Delta 8 and Delta 10, called Girl Scout Cookie, to be specific. Yes, they did not get out. I agree with you, Carrie. You and I, Miss Carrie, are on the same page. I mean, there's several children similar in age and size and stature that it could have been. Not even one that was their relative. And, you know, I firmly still believe in the vehicle, absolutely, inside the vehicle. So how could you tell definitively who it is? That's my question. I mean, I know if little man's in the back of a vehicle, have you seen how grainy security cam footage is? Usually it's black and white, and people's faces look a little morphed. The best ones I've ever seen came from Walmart, to be real with y'all. I mean, I'm keeping it 100% real. The best video security cam footage that I've viewed, Walmart's on it. But they also use facial recognition software that's installed. Now, if they went to Walmart, I believe we could have a definitive answer if it was Summer or not, because they could do facial recognition based on other pictures. And maybe law enforcement has been able to do that with some of the video footage that they've got, you know? And we've all heard what Triggered Toad heard. Not taking it in the least bit disrespectful. I'm glad that you're commenting because we need to discuss. I think it needs to be discussed. My question is, the one thing that RJ said that felt like somebody punched me in the gut was about the name Playboy. Now, I know what I found out about that. Coco, I've often wondered. Now, what I was talking about the orange building, I am too triggered. I am too. That's a prayer we say in my household every night. Is to, no matter what the outcome, please allow justice. And if Summer has passed on, please allow her remains to be found so she can rest in peace. That child deserves that. I firmly believe that. Thank you, September, for your 7 months membership. We greatly appreciate that. Absolutely triggered. I agree. I feel that Dawn and Candace, I've had so many people reach out to me. One lady, longtime sunshine, her daughter was what we used to refer to as hobos back in the day, riding a rail system. Now, I didn't believe her at first. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I didn't believe her. Thought she was cloud chasing or something, you know? Just wanted time on YouTube and to be whatever because I saw her go to other channels when I didn't put it out there right away. So she was talking about her daughter and a group of friends that she'd met along the railway and how they had run into someone that invited them to Ben Hill Road. They were at Miss White at the pharmacy. They were in the car. So again, it was inside the car. Even Grandma and Candace have stated she didn't get out. H, the juvenile, stated she didn't get out of the car there. The only place that we've been told, I agree, Triggered. Sometimes I feel that way too. Oh, thank you, Miss K, for 13 months membership. We appreciate you greatly. I need to contact. Oh, I was reading that, Carrie, like you was telling me to contact RJ, baby. Sorry. Thank you, our bucket list. By the way, you and Miss Linda White were also blocked. I unblocked you guys last night, and I was up till nearly 5:30 this morning. Well, it was actually 5:40 something this morning. Um, unblocking folks. Thank you so much, Miss K. I just think it's important that we talk about this. What I was saying about Candace in the videotape, though, if you guys remember that it's a tobacco discount tobacco convenience store. It's a cinder block building turned sideways. Hey, RJ! After you pass the hippie house, heading from the hospital that direction, or from the Walmart, however you want to say it. I don't know that it was the 15th. It may have been the day before, the day after. But Candace is on video coming out carrying what is classified in the state I live in North Carolina, as paraphernalia. A lot of people don't know this. But certain things you purchase at these discount tobacco stores that can be used to do other things. It's okay, Miss K. It just shows true colors, you know what I mean? It's like giving a warning. Um but what I was gonna say is she was videotaped, Candace was, coming out of that discount tobacco store. It's like it's cinder block, but it's painted neon orange. There's a little gravel, like dirt road that goes between it and what's kind of a bluish gray house with the porch on the front, A-frame. Got a big banner saying Avon sold here at that house. I have seen multiple places where that video of her walking out carrying what allegedly is paraphernalia for the use of meth. Now, we know she has a history, a self-admitted history. You know, her oldest daughter, Candace Floodden, provided documentation. She showed the screenshots of their conversation early on in Summer's case, where that was a factor in her deciding to give up custody of Candace Flooden and her brother Andrew, with the gentleman Andrew that she was with prior to Dawn. Okay. Then we have another female child that was born and given up for adoption, allegedly, prior to meeting Dawn as well. And it's amazing to me. Something else RJ said in that video where he was talking about the maps and the bus and Newport really struck me. And it was that 5:30 time frame. And RJ, you're going to know exactly where I'm talking about. Something that's bothered me since day one. Originally, Don was saying he was working in Jonesboro. And it's like an hour away. That was the first interview with Chris McDonough. I remember him saying it was about an hour away. And he made that drive in like 38 minutes. I think it was 45 minutes the first time. Then it was 38. And he got there before the cops got there. And then it was, well, there might have been a cop there. My thing is, if you're telling the truth don't change. Okay? The truth don't change. And how many times has he inadvertently said 5:30 instead of 6:30? And as I understand, there was one 911 call made at 6:23 p.m. That was coming from Chris McDonough. So take that how y'all do. A lot of people have argued with me. The 911 call or calls have not been released. If they exist, they have not been released. What you heard or the dispatcher is saying that a parent called and said the mother went for a run and the missing 4-year-old child. That is called a dispatch call. That is the 911 call operator takes down the information. They say, when you call it's fire, they'll ask you, do you need fire, ambulance, police, all that, right? Okay. Then they go to the dispatcher. That dispatcher will contact for the police, whoever's nearest to that area, and send them there. That's what we heard, was where the dispatcher is relaying the information to the officer, who is going to probably be the first officer to arrive on the scene, because they have to know what call they're going to. To give an example, let's say that you have a domestic dispute here at my house. When I call 911, they're going to say, do I need fire, safety, police, whatever? And I tell them I need police, there's a domestic dispute. They're going to call dispatch, and dispatch is going to send out one of the police officers or sheriff's deputies to my home. That's the call we heard. We did not hear the 911 call. FOIA requests have been denied. And it seems at this time that if I'm believing one of two things, and this is totally my opinion, allegedly, however you want to state it, I personally believe that either the 911 system, because we know there were problems with it, we know Hawkins County's 911 system was not what it was supposed to be. We know there are admitted issues with it. So either it messed up and there is no record of those 911 calls, or those 911 calls are being withheld because they're evidence in a possible crime. Agreed, y'all. Agreed, Bucket List and Miss K. Agreed. I want you guys' thoughts. I want your opinions. I want what you feel. twice now. Once with Chris McDonough and once on the lab. Yep, yep, absolutely. I agree. I agree 1,000,000% with you, RJ. It's the same way it works here. And I'm hoping they're being held as evidence as well. Um, Forgot what I was about to say. I totally just went and lost track. Um, I am going to have to wrap it up pretty soon, but I want us to discuss this. I want everybody's thoughts and feelings. I've long felt that everything that was done for a reason and with a purpose, whether we realize it or not. Personally, one reason I wanted us to see Dixie, our hunting dog over here. When I'm talking about scent dogs and stuff, there's a reason. Like, my understanding is the first dogs that were brought in were cadaver dogs. Why? Why was it cadaver dogs? Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what I understand. And that's why I'm putting it out there, because if I'm wrong, I need the correct information so that I can do proper research. But whether it was human scent dogs, cadaver dogs, hunting dogs, hound dogs, whatever, my question is, Summer had an outfit on before she got into the water. She didn't get into the water. We've seen what she was swimming in. She had on that tank top and that, the shorts bottom with the ruffle, like she was wearing in Gatlinburg, a very similar one. So she had to have shirt and pants on over that. Then when she got out, the windbreaker was put on. What about socks and underwear? What about the t-shirt that was under the windbreaker? And the reason I'm asking these questions is, allegedly, I thought so too, RJ. That's why it wasn't a reliable source, because I don't trust JSB as a reliable source. Thank you, our bucket list. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. My question, I guess, or thought, and it's something I've said before, but I'm going to say it again while all y'all are in here to discuss. Look, we saw the house on the inside when Chris walked through, okay? Yeah, why were they put inside the Suburban? Good question, Bug Mom. Another question for you. When asked to provide clothes that were Summer's clothes, why wouldn't you be going to the laundry basket? What about the clothes she changed out of? Wouldn't they still be in Grandma's car? Wouldn't the pillow that she was sitting on still be in Grandma's car? You got the bathing suit. Now, I don't know. Maybe the river water affected that scent, and that's why it wasn't it. But what about the shoes she had on? What about the socks? What about the underwear? What about the t-shirt and the pants she had on before she went swimming? What about the jacket and the pants she had on after swimming? We've seen her laying in a box at Kathy's damn house, so it's not like you couldn't find them. And I'm sorry, possibly, Carrie, the tree trimmer should be able to. My question, though, is when asked to go get something with Summer's scent on it, why would you have not went to the back of Grandma's car and pulled out those clothes that she most recently had on? We've seen that house. Before the coat of paint got put on for Dr. Phil, where it looked like they slapped a coat of paint on a pig, it's still a daggone pig with lipstick and paint on it. That room wasn't pink and all bright and with the chest of drawers and teddy bears on it when the hell Chris McDonough went through it. You put a coat of makeup and shit on a pig. It was evidence. I agree, bucket list. My question is, we know Candace wasn't no damn good housekeeper, in my opinion, allegedly. Do y'all really believe that on a normal average day, as soon as they got home, she pulled the clothes that Summer wore over top of the bathing suit and the socks and the shoes, and they had all already been mixed in with the dirty laundry? RJ, I would go with that, but when we go back and look at what TBI said and the statements Dawn and Candace themselves made, the first time that she was going to take the lie detector test. Was the night allegedly Summer went missing, right? Allegedly, TBI said, there's holes in that timeline. You need to tighten it up. You need to go back and remember everything. That's when the doing the laundry was added in. And here's another one. You were just in the grocery store for 5 to 15 minutes, right? Just picked up a few items. So why, when telling us, and I watched this myself, you know, I saw the interview, and it was again with Chris McDonough. Yes, she did have to fix the timeline, Mean Gene. No, Miss Lindo, she was not what we were told. It was said that it was dirty laundry out of the laundry basket, allegedly. My question, Candace said they were in there 5 to 15 minutes, and that they just got a few items, some milk, some cheese, some bread, just a few items, right? H says they were in there longer than that, closer to 45 minutes to an hour. We don't know. I'm sure law enforcement does. I'm sure that there's video, of the visit and whatever. Um, my question about it is, if you were only in there 5 to 15 minutes, if you only picked up a few items, why did you say that when you arrived home, the boys ran out to help you divide up the bags and items to what went to Grandis's and what went into your house? And the boys helped carry them in. Why would you need three boys, and maybe Grandis couldn't help carry stuff in because of her leg, even though she could walk up and down the path at the Warriors? But why would you need to separate? Why would there be so much to separate? And why would you need three children, four counting Summer, and one adult, Candace, to carry in just 2 gallons of milk, a loaf of bread, some cheese, and bologna? I'm just saying. That's the way it was made to sound. And that's the way so many things in this case, so many changes to the timeline, so many changes to the story, so many things that they don't go together, like trying to put a square peg in a round hole. I agree, RJ. I agree. If there's even three people in a line at a grocery store, we all daggum know you ain't getting in and out of there 5 to 15 minutes. It's going to be at least 20 to 30 minutes. Minimal. That's my point, though. Everything that we've been told, from planting flowers that turned out to be cacti with a huge three to 4 week old weed growing up out of it. Anybody ever ask Candace when and where those Paw Patrols that were put into those flowers came from, and when Summer got them? I mean, it could have been from a yard sale or a thrift store. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shit, me, everything's right with that. But wouldn't you know? If they were that important, little man, I can tell you where shit I didn't buy. I can tell you where it come from right now, and when we got it, within approximately. Closed by what? No, I have not, Lisa. What I did have, and RJ, I'm glad you're here. I had somebody contact me and send me a picture of what looked like an adult female with a hat and a little girl, and said this, including the presents video and the Google article saying that she'd been found. Oh my God, no. And then, she was alive and been found in an area of Tennessee near railroad tracks where they make wooden barrel cask. It was the cruelest shit ever. They even told a story, and I have the messages. I can prove everything I'm saying. They alleged that Loaf's Andy had heard, and several other neighbors had heard Summers cries for help and felt that she was in danger and arranged for her to be removed. I don't believe that shit for an instant. I want to say that. I don't believe that. And I'm not saying that they're bad people. Please, Lord, don't take me that way. Not what I'm saying. At all. At all. At all. I just, some of the other people that were mentioned have too close of associations with RSOs in the area. And personally, again, I'm going to go back to Don's comments about the Hatfields and the McCoys. Well, that's why I wouldn't know about it, Lisa. I'm going to take the fifth right there and just not comment. Because I don't want to do drama. And I don't think it has a place here. I've already been accused of going on a run my damn self, and I was running to Walmart the next day to get a Z-pack of antibiotics. People half-ass listen. Yeah. Anyway, shit. For an abscess tooth of my child. Lord have mercy. Anyway, I like how I was having a party and it was my child, little man, myself, and my daughter's fiance. That's a party. Not. Does anyone have a link for that story? One that looked like it was trying to be. Are you talking about RJ, if you're talking about the Nesbitt dude, I believe his name is Chad Nesbitt, maybe? And he works for Skyline News out of Asheville, North Carolina. I know I have the links, but I had to look through my notebooks because that was something I debunked a long time ago. He had so many facts wrong in his story. I remember Chasing even went over it and was like, nope, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. That meme gene, that's what RJ's talking about. RJ, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to misquote you, sir. You are talking about what Google had changed, that D Presents had put out and said she had reported to Google and that she was going to continue to report it because she felt it was an erroneous article, um, saying that Summer had been found. Some people said that it said remains, some people said alive. I don't know. I feel it was a cruel ass thing for anybody to have done. News agency, fictitious news agency, fucking criminal, whatever. That's cruel. That's cruel. I think it's very telling what Don had to say about Candace having the wrong friends. I think they both had the wrong friends, in my opinion. When there's a lifelong feud, oh, really, from Iceland? I did not know that part, RJ. Glad to know that. Interesting. Oh, gosh. That breaks my soul, y'all. Carrie, thanks for telling that, but woo. I want so bad for that little girl to be found alive. Absolutely. TBI definitely will. And I believe Ronnie Lawson will be the first one out there to announce it. I firmly believe that. As I understand, it has been proved to be fictitious. That's my full understanding. And until law enforcement, and I mean TBI, FBI, even Ronnie Lawson, comes out and says something, that's where it's at with me. It's fictitious, it's cruel, and it is nothing positive in Summer's case. Thank you for posting that, Miss Justice. Just posted RJ's article and his research about the Google search article. I just, I put no stock in it. Like I said, if FBI, TBI, and Ronnie Lawson ain't come out gloating to say, ha, we did this, we found this out, we know this, we know that, it didn't happen. Period. Thank you, RJ. Miss Justice, I don't know if you see that, but RJ said thank you for posting that link. She's on top of the game. Got to give her props. Thank you. Miss Justice holding it down. And we do appreciate that. Absolutely, Carrie, I agree with you. It's these fictitious statements, it's these rumors, it's all the BS and lies that causes distractions and us looking left when we should be looking right. I'm not sure what that meant, meme. I couldn't decipher that comment. I do apologize. I want to know, do you guys feel there's more to it? There's somebody else pulling the strings. There's somebody else that laid out what happened. I just, I mean, something about Carly. Wait a minute. Crafting with Amy? No, because I feel like the national news media descended upon Rogersville and Hawkins County on the ninth, 8th, and ninth days of Carly being missing. And I still, in my personal opinion, allegedly feel that that made a huge difference. And the quickness of it. It didn't happen like that with Summer's case. And I'll always regret that. I'll always feel that if we could have gotten national news coverage, if we could have gotten Nancy Grace and Dr. Phil and People Magazine and, you know, those types within the first 5 to 10 days of Summer going missing in Rogersville and the Hawkins County, Greene, Washington County areas, Sullivan County areas, I feel like that we might be talking a whole different scenario right now. But then again, if wishes was horses, beggars could ride. I just can't get past all of the drug use, selling allegations, the proven RSOs in a high amount surrounding where Summer was living and the counties, you know, like You go within a 10-mile radius of where Summer was living, the enormous amount of RSOs, suspected RSOs, alleged RSOs is astounding when compared with cities in the same area of comparable size. And I've showed that previously. I can't get past feeling in my gut that that has something to do with Summer getting gone. All of that. Again, drugs, money, power. If it's just something as simple as had there not been alcohol and, you know, other illicit substances allegedly involved that day, would more of attention have been paid and Summer have not got gone? Even if she wandered off, which I'm not going to lie to you guys, the fact that the clothing, the fact that the scent items were in a joint laundry basket belonging to everyone in the residence, can we be certain that the scent and the trail and the footprints that the dogs allegedly hit on belonged to Summer? Everyone else living there was all over that hill. Admittedly, that's been factually admitted on multiple occasions. So, how can law enforcement, and I haven't seen them come out and say, they didn't say those footprints are Summer's footprints. Did TBI, FBI, or even Hawkins County Sheriff's Department at any time come forward and say that those alleged footprints belonged to Summer Moon Utah Wells? I haven't seen that. And I went and looked at the Types TBI timeline, that they have posted, everything they have posted about Summer's case from the day she was reported missing up till current. And I haven't seen anything confirming that. Not even confirming, yes, there was a hit on the dog trail behind the bus. They've not confirmed that that was Summer. Not confirmed that was Summer. And again, I also go back to the question, Jody Stu, you said you put your feet in the creek water so it's not to mess up the scent dogs. No, ma'am. That's not how that works. Unless it was your shoes or clothing given to them to smell, they don't give a damn about your scent. They ain't looking for you. The only reason you would wash it off is because if you had something on you that you wanted to wash off and not have it come at you. I mean, it might have been something as simple as, you knew where somebody was growing something and you walked past it, you didn't want that on you. I'm not making an allegation or accusation of anything untoward. I'm saying your story does not make sense for anybody that knows how scent and hunting dogs work, in my personal opinion, allegedly. I also want to know, why was Ronnie Lawson so quick to say that your account of the scream that day had been found frivolous is the word I want to say, but that's not what he said. He just basically said it wasn't true and it wasn't important and it wasn't applicable. Why? Why did he say that? What does he believe? Just like, I've shown, and I know RJ has as well, the charges that Andy said were for growing Mary Jane plants. I think he said 9 plants were what those charges were from. And again, in my personal opinion, based on the research and knowledge that I've been able to find, I call bullshit. I don't agree. Up until I believe it was 2014, You had to be math. It had to be something to do with math. Production, possession, or sale of. Period. Wasn't no Mary Jane involved in that. Point blank, period. I mean, I've even, did a live stream where we went and found that page and showed it, showed exactly